Hey there, beautiful people. I'm Laurie and I'm 27. So let me tell you about my life. I've always been a go-getter, someone who wanted to make a mark in the world. I never really bought into the idea that my worth as a woman was tied to getting married and having children. Instead, I focused on building my career and chasing my dreams. I was working for this amazing upcoming company that was about to hit the big time. I loved my job and I was proud of what I had achieved. But there was one little problem. My husband, Damien. He seemed a bit insecure about my success. Maybe he felt like he was being overshadowed by my ambition. I knew he had some reservations, but I didn't think it was a big deal. After all, I believed he should deal with his insecurities on his own. We got married pretty quickly, and looking back, I regretted rushing into it. As time went on, I started to see Damien's true character. He was this flirtatious and overly friendly guy, and it made me uncomfortable. Even on our dates, he would stare at other women like he couldn't help himself. It was disheartening, and I couldn't ignore it any longer, so I decided to confront him about it. I mustered up the courage to talk to him about his behavior, but you know what he did? He played it off like it was no big deal. He acted like he wasn't objectifying and sexualizing these women right in front of me. Damien, can we talk for a moment? I need to address something that's been bothering me. Sure, what's up? Well, it's about how you stare at other women when we're out together. It makes me feel uncomfortable and disrespected. Oh, come on, Laurie. It's not a big deal. I was just looking around, people watching. People watching? It's more than that, and you know it. I've noticed you staring at them in a way that feels inappropriate. You're blowing this out of proportion. It's just harmless looking. It doesn't feel harmless to me. It feels like you're objectifying them right in front of me, and it hurts. I never meant to hurt you. You're overreacting. No, I don't think I am. I deserve to be with someone who respects me and doesn't make me feel inadequate. Look, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. I'll try to be more mindful, okay? I don't appreciate you acting like this isn't a big deal. I deserve to be respected and appreciated. I do appreciate you. I just didn't think this was such a big deal. Well, it is a big deal to me. I want to be with someone who makes me feel loved and cherished, not someone who makes me doubt myself. I never wanted to make you doubt yourself. I love you, Laurie. Love is more than just words, Damien. It's about actions and making your partner feel secure and respected. I get it, okay? I'll try to do better. Can we just drop it now? I need you to understand how important this is to me. I don't want to keep feeling this way. It was frustrating and hurtful, and I couldn't understand why he didn't take my concerns seriously. I felt like he didn't respect me or my feelings. So after that talk with Damien, I thought he would change his ways, But boy, was I wrong. He didn't even try to hide it anymore. His ogling at women only got worse, and he started making lewd comments about them when he thought I couldn't hear. It was infuriating, to say the least. I mean, why couldn't he understand how hurtful and disrespectful his actions were? It's like he didn't care at all about my feelings. It got on my nerves so much that I was starting to question why I even stayed with him. One day, out of the blue, I got a text from a girl named Chantal. I didn't recognize the number, and I was a bit hesitant to respond. But curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to see what it was about. She revealed that she had been sleeping with Damien for the past 2 months, and I was devastated. I mean, I knew he was a flirt, but I never imagined he would go this far and cheat on me. Despite being upset, I decided to give Chantal a call to hear her side of the story. Turns out Damien had been lying to her, telling her that he wasn't married. Can you believe the nerve of this guy? He was playing us both like fools. Before you think I did this intentionally, I want you to know I didn't know he was married at first. He lied to me, Laurie. He said he was single and that he wasn't involved with anyone. Of course he did. I should have known. I guess he's always been a liar and a cheater. I'm so sorry, Laurie. I had no idea. As soon as I found out, I broke things off with him, but I didn't tell him that I knew. I just felt so embarrassed and I didn't want to be involved in any of this. But I wanted to come to you as a woman and tell you what happened, straight from the horse's mouth. I can't believe this. I trusted him, and he betrayed me like this? Screw that bastard. I know it's hard to hear. I can imagine how hard it must be for you. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate your honesty, even though I wish I didn't have to hear this. I'm sorry, Laurie. I know this must be tough for you. It is, but I won't let him get away with this. He needs to face the consequences of his actions. I agree. He doesn't deserve you or anyone else for that matter. He's a real piece of work. Do you know what's crazy? Instead of being mad at each other, Chantel and I bonded over this whole mess. It was like we found solace in each other's pain and frustration. We both deserved better than this cheating man, and we weren't going to let him ruin our lives. You're a strong woman, Laurie. You deserve better than him. We both do. Yeah, we do. And you know what? I think we should team up and get back at him. Show him that he can't treat women this way and get away with it. I like the sound of that. Let's teach him a lesson he won't forget. Let's do it. We're stronger together, and he's about to find out just how strong we can be. Chantal and I started talking more and more after that, like sisters sharing stories and experiences. It was strange, but I felt this connection with her. We both decided that we needed to get back at Damien for what he had done to us. So together, as we talked about, we hatched a plan to confront him. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was done letting him get away with his lies and deceit. I wanted to stand up for myself and show him that he couldn't treat people like this and get away with it. The next day, after he came home from the gym, I approached him and said, Damien, we need to talk. I know what you've been doing behind my back. Oh? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. I know about you and Chantal. I've caught you staring at other women, and now I find out you've been cheating with her. Instead of being sorry or looking scared, he started smirking, and then he said, So what? Maybe I'll divorce you and marry her instead. We have a connection, unlike what we have. You're unbelievable. Instead of feeling guilty, you're acting like it's no big deal? What's the big deal? We were never right for each other, and Chantal and I have something real. I can't believe I married a monster. You're scum, you know that? Yeah, right, whatever. Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure you regret what you've done. But first, I have someone else I need to talk to. Who? You'll see. I called Chantal, and he had this stupid, confused look on his face. He was in for a treat, I'll tell you that. I put the phone on speaker so that he could hear every single word. Hello? Hi, Chantal, it's Laurie. When Chantal's voice comes through the phone, Damien's face goes pale. He looks like he's seen a ghost, and he starts sweating like crazy. I took a deep breath and say, Thank you, Chantal, for coming forward and telling me all about this. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Laurie. I couldn't let him get away with it. We girls got to stick together. I want to talk to him now. I held the phone closer to Damien, who looks like he was about to have a panic attack. Chantal doesn't waste any time, and she starts berating him like there's no tomorrow. You've got some nerve, Damien, cheating on your wife. What kind of scumbag does that? Chantal, it's not what you think. I can explain. Oh, spare me the excuses. I found your wedding photos, for crying out loud. You lied to me, saying you weren't married. How could you do this? Look, Chantal, I don't know what I was doing. I was confused and didn't know what I wanted. Don't start backtracking now, Damien. Didn't you say you had a better connection with Chantal and that you wanted to divorce me to marry her instead? He said that? As if I'd ever marry a cockroach like him. Ouch. Damien looked like he was about to cry. It's just things were complicated between us. Complicated? That's a pathetic excuse. You should have been honest with her from the start, instead of leading her on like this. You should have been honest with me. You're crazy, you know that? Hey, don't make me out to be the bad guy in this. I care about both of you, you know. Oh, you care about both of us. That's rich. If you cared about Laurie, you wouldn't have cheated on her in the first place. Look, Chantal, you have every right to be mad, but please don't go public with this. It could ruin my career. Oh, now you're worried about your career. What about the pain you've caused your wife? What about the pain you've caused me? She deserves so much better than you. We deserve better. Come on, Chantal, you're being dramatic. Dramatic? How's this for dramatic? I just sent an email to HR talking about how you were cheating on your wife. Let's see if they'll like the fact that they have a cheater as an employee. What? I also wrote a news article exposing you just so everyone can know how much of a scumbag you are. Are you crazy? You're ruining my life. I'm sorry, Chantal, please. Please take all of that back. It's too late for that now. You should have thought about the consequences before you cheated. So you're just going to ruin my life just like that? No, I'm not going to ruin your life. You did that all by yourself. I'm just making sure the truth comes out. You'll regret this. No, I'm sure I won't. And you know what? I hope Laurie finds happiness without you. She deserves someone better, someone who won't betray her trust. Goodbye, Damien. Don't contact me again, you dirty pig. Good luck finding a job with your crap reputation now. Chantal hung up the phone, leaving Damien stunned and speechless. She's had enough of his lies and betrayal, as anyone would. And now it was my turn. I stood there, anger still coursing through every inch of my body. How could Damien do this to me? After all the love and support I had given him, he repaid me with betrayal. I couldn't hold it in any longer. My voice shook with fury as I unleashed my rage. You disgusting liar! How dare you betray me like this? Laurie, please, let's talk about this calmly. You thought you could get away with cheating on me? Well, you're wrong. You're so wrong. I stormed around the house, my emotions running wild. I couldn't control the anger that was fueling me. I grabbed one of his belongings and smashed it against the wall. This is what you've done to our marriage. You've shattered it into pieces. Laurie, stop. Please, let's talk this through. Talk? Do you think talking will fix this? You've been lying to my face, objectifying women, and cheating on me? I'm sorry, Laurie. I made a huge mistake. Oh, you're sorry? That changes everything, doesn't it? I looked him straight in the eye, my anger boiling over. He had always been so charming, but now all I saw was deceit. You know what? I'm going to tell your precious mother about what you've done. No, please don't do that. She'll be devastated. Devastated? Just like I am right now? Damien fell to his knees, his facade crumbling. He was realizing the gravity of his actions and the consequences he was facing. Laurie, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to make this right. You should have thought about that before you decided to cheat on me. I could see the fear in his eyes grow as he realized just how quickly his life was falling apart, and there wasn't a better feeling I felt at that moment. You don't get to plead for forgiveness now. You made your choice, and now you have to live with the consequences. Please, Laurie, don't do this. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this mess. Then I spat on him. You're pathetic. Get out of my house before I call the police. Of course, he tried pleading again, but I got a knife from the kitchen and threatened to use it on him if he didn't get out. After Damien finally left, I locked the door behind him, not wanting him to come back and disrupt my life any further. I was so done with his lies and manipulations. Unfortunately, he was still causing a ruckus on my lawn. I started packing up all his things, tossing them outside my home without a second thought. He tried to reason with me from the outside, but I wasn't having any of it. The neighbors were looking around, probably wondering what the commotion was all about. Some even took pictures capturing the scene of Damien's belongings scattered on the sidewalk. He angrily told them to mind their own business, but it was too late. He looked like a crazy person, and it was clear to everyone that he had done something horrible to deserve this treatment. Months passed, and the divorce was finally being finalized. I hadn't seen Damien since the day I kicked him out, and to be honest, I didn't care to. As Chantal predicted, he had lost his job and was resorting to staying in motels while drowning his sorrows in alcohol. I had told his mother about his cheating like I said I would, and she was now disgusted with him too. Opting to comfort me and disregard him completely when he tried to reach out to her. She refused to let him stay with her, which only added to his troubles and why he had to hop around from motel to motel. When I saw Damien in the lawyer's office to sign the divorce papers, he looked a mess. It was clear that he was hitting rock bottom. He appeared disheveled, like a homeless person who had lost everything. I couldn't help but make a snide remark about Damien's appearance when I saw him in the lawyer's office. He shot me daggers with his eyes, but I didn't care. After everything he had put me through, he deserved a taste of his own medicine. Look who finally decided to show up. You look like you've been living under a bridge, Damien. Cut it out, Laurie. You treated me like crap, and now I've lost everything because of you. Oh, please. You cheated on me, Damien. You lied and made inappropriate comments about other women right in front of my face. I gave you chances to change, but you never did. It wasn't that serious. You're blowing it out of proportion. Blowing it out of proportion? You disrespected me, our marriage, and our vows? You made me feel like I wasn't good enough for you? I had every right to be upset. Laurie, I've been struggling to find a job after that damn article. It's all over the internet, and it's ruining my reputation. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you cheated on your wife and got involved with Chantal. Actions have consequences, Damien. Please, Laurie, give me another chance. I can change. I'll do anything to make things right. It's too late for that now. You had your chance and you blew it. Sign the papers and give me what I'm owed. Fine, but you'll regret this. I'll get back on my feet, and when I do, you'll see what you lost. I highly doubt that, Damien. Now sign the damn papers and get out of my life. Reluctantly, Damien signed the papers, and then I signed them too. It was finally over, and I felt a sense of relief and closure. But the best part was yet to come. Once the papers were signed, I revealed that I would be getting a huge promotion at work. I knew he would be seething with jealousy, but I didn't care. He wasn't entitled to any of the money since the divorce was finalized. You're just rubbing it in my face now, aren't you? No, Damien, I'm just finally standing up for myself and embracing the opportunities that come my way. You should have treated me better when you had the chance. As he started crying, I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. He had hurt me, but I had come out on top. I left the lawyer's office feeling successful and accomplished. I knew I deserved this fresh start, and I was ready to embrace the new opportunities that life had in store for me. It wasn't easy to go through a divorce, but I learned valuable lessons along the way. I had learned to stand up for myself, prioritize my happiness, and never settle for less than I deserved. Get out of my life, Damien, and don't bother trying to come back. You made your bed, now lie in it. As I walked away from that chapter of my life, I felt stronger and more empowered than ever before. I was ready to face the future with confidence and determination, and I knew that I would never let anyone treat me the way Damien did ever again. I don't know where Damien is now, The last I heard of him, he was working as a manager in a bowling alley, as well as working odd jobs here and there. Honestly, he's better off moving to a different state to escape the drama, but knowing him and his dumb ideas, he'll end up squandering his savings and living in poverty. Serves him right, though. As long as I get my alimony, I'm all good, and I don't care what happens to him. I hope this acts as a lesson to all the cheaters out there. Make sure you're ready to lose everything because some of us are scary, and we'll make sure that you never live properly for the rest of your miserable cheating life.